Hello, everybody. This is Dr. David Startouch, founder of Survivor to Hero, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install these control files that we've been setting up for Star Citizen. Simple, easy way to do it, just a little walkthrough. We've also got a new edition I'm very happy to show you. So go to survivortohero.com. On the top right corner, you'll see the Star Citizen project. I'm going to be showing you today the Logitech and Thrustmaster bindings. But first, let's download this just new 318 keyboard config. For those that are not wanting any of the extra controls that I've set up, that you don't have a joystick, this is just for the keyboard config. All the other files will be added to 318, so you can download the Logitech 318 files, and you'll have the keyboard settings in there already. So, oops, that should have just downloaded straight away, but let's refresh the page. There we go. So it'll be in the bottom right corner, or sorry, it'll be in your downloads folder. Now I've already set mine aside. Let's also download the Logitech files here. And I'm going to click to my downloads. So we've got our layout 3175 and the keyboard. So what I'm going to just do, I'm going to extract them right here in the downloads folder so I can delete them later. And I'll just do them both, extract them both here. And now you can see in each of these folders, it just created this 317 HOSAS, and I've got my layout files. What's really cool about these new layouts is you click on this PDF, and I'm giving you the the version here. So in a separate video, I'm walking through okay, Adobe, there we go. I'm walking through the setup of this and then what each one of these does. And that way you can easily change and you'll know what these are and you can change your own. So that's in a PDF for each one of these, for each one of the variations. So the right stick for the HOSAS and the left stick for the HOSAS and the HOSAM, and then the hands-on right stick. Got the layouts for each one of these. What we're going to do is we're going to copy them all over. So here is a simple README. It's going to tell, for me, it's my C drive, which is where I install Star Citizen. And we are going to put it into the user client zero controls mappings. Now, I have actually already put that on my little shortcut for Windows 11. So we're just going to copy, I'm just going to copy all of these. And then I'm going to go to Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen, Live, User, Client Zero, Controls, and Mappings. And I'm just going to just delete the previous ones there. And then we'll just paste them in right here. Done. Simple as that. All right, so now we will go through and do the same thing for the keyboard setting, because again, I haven't done that for the 317, just for 318, which is still being built out. Okay, so let's just jump to my folder here. So then we've got this 318 layout, just this one. And we'll take the extracted, we'll just copy and paste it, same way we did before. And I'll just go to the Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen, Live, User, Client, Zero, Controls, Mappings, and Paste. All right, so we're halfway there. So now that we've got them in here, all we need to do is load them into our configuration. So let's open up Star Citizen. Now I have two joysticks right here, which I'm not sure are plugged in right now. So we've got two of these over here, and one on each side. Now, I do believe you will need to have this plugged in for Windows to be happy. So make sure your joysticks are plugged in before you open Star Citizen. And here we go. Right here. Plug them in. And now let's launch the game. Just also, so I can double check, USB game controllers, make sure they show up here. Logitech, and the rudder is actually also installed. So, oops, for the rudder. I'm going to unplug that real quick because all I want installed, or all I want is the computer to see the joysticks that I currently have. All right, there we go. Do you want to do this? Yes, I'll please allow access. All right, so now we just got the two joysticks. Now I have actually previously calibrated, but in case you haven't done your, oops, hold on, no, do not use the camera. Let's kind of go back in. I think I must have deleted. Okay, them you might want to do that, but if you have any issues, oh, it's taking me in 318. Oh well. Let's kill. Come on. You're getting the whole live experience here. All right, well, whatever. It's going to load us in 318. It'll be exactly the same. This is the PTU. So we're just going to go to options, and then we'll go to key bindings. And this is pretty much all you need to be. So we're just going to go over to keyboard and mouse, or we'll leave it here for a second. Go to flight. That's fine. And actually go all the way over to joystick, advanced controls. Now from here, we're going to, you can see we've got all of these profiles here. They've got some numbers. In my settings, we can go through and clear all device bindings. All right, that's lovely, isn't it? Go all the way down the list. Okay, cool. Now we're going to, let's see, did it reset? Okay, it's got turrets. It's got some buttons here. If I reset to default, it'll probably, did that work? Nope. Okay, so we're going to see if we can load the blink. Oh, you know what? We're going to need to back out. This is the PTU folder, which I didn't put anything in. So this is a good example. You see it says PTU. Make sure you're on live. Launch the game. Okay. This will load the user folder that actually has the configs. That one did not. Launch the game, please. There we go. Now, if you are, again, you can go to advanced, let's see, properties for your joystick, and you can set up, do your little calibration here if you want to, using settings. So you just do calibrate. But you can see everything looks like it's working, pushing all the buttons, slider. So I'm just going to assume this is calibrated as it's working. But if it doesn't look right, then just go through in your game controllers in settings and you can set that up. Okay, we are moving along slowly. This computer is not my main content creation machine. So this is like a fresh install, different system. I just plugged in these joysticks right now, and you can see it was plug and play. Now I'm running Windows 11. I don't like the Logitech software. It is another thing in the chain that can go weird or wrong. All right, let's go to options. Try it again, key bindings, and we'll just go all the way over to the keyboard and choose advanced settings. So from here, we can see that there are some stuff here. Let's just get rid of it all. Reset to defaults and choose none for everything. And it didn't change it. Okay, so let's go to blank joystick 2 3175. We'll just be sure to accept it. And there we go. That's blank. Now everything here should be blank. We can go down the list and check. Sometimes some revisions, I'm sad to say, it might have missed something. I don't know if that's Star Citizen or if that's me. Sometimes Star Citizen likes to put things in various places. But that's why we do the walkthrough, so you can see it, try it, change anything you want to. Oh yeah, button 3, scanning. Don't need that. All right, so it looks like under the scanning, there was one little glitch there. So I'm just going to go through and verify each time before I actually go through and load my controls. That way I know it's there. And that's blank. It just says double tap. Button 4, turn that off. And let's see, what else? EVA. We should be pretty good. And the last ones here are almost always blank. Never had any issue with those getting filled in. Okay, cool. All right, so now we just go to controls, and you will see we have these options. We've got just the keyboard. We've got Logitech HOS right. That's just going to be hands on stick on the right side. So you're still using the keyboard. Okay. And then we've got the next one is HOSAM. So hands on stick and mouse. So this is still your X and your Y. So your pitch and your yaw. And then you're using missiles, activate missiles, right group and left group. And then whatever your side buttons are, you can configure if you have those. So otherwise, everything else is on the left stick. And you can see that in our cool little manual over here. Let's go to the right there. So that was HOSAM. And here you'll see all of the basic configs here. So you can figure out what it does, read what it does without having to go back in and look. The main thing is key things. You've got your decoys on the stick and you've got all of your movements. So anything that you would do on the keyboard, or rather the primary things you would do on the keyboard, you're going to have here. And the mouse still does everything it used to do. So this gives you that access for some extra power and control. Okay, so now back in here. Then we've got the hands on stick and stick. That is both of these. So there's a right file and a left file. And since let's just do the hands on stick and stick for now. And we'll load them both up. And the keyboard should be automatically set. So we'll just do that. We'll choose load. And now you will see all of these are set up. Now I want to make sure I've got the right controller with the right place. So let's say this is my left stick. Because I can't quite tell. Fire group 1. And that looks right. So it put, now you can see it put my left stick is my throttle, the right stick is my combat. And you can also check that out by going to movement. Scroll up to the flight movement area. And pitch and yaw is your combat stick. So this is the y-axis, input 2. And then we've got for throttle, this will be input 1, or it won't say 1, but here we go. Throttle back and forward is going to be the y-axis on the second stick. Okay, so now let's say it's actually going the wrong direction. This is one thing I always want to show people right here. Go to inversion settings. We know the throttle is on the first stick, so we're going to go down here until it says HOSAS or HOTAS 1. Go to inversion settings, go to flight, then movement, and change this forward and backward strafe to yes. Now it will go the direction that you want it to. That's the basic for that. Now, again, just consult the PDF files for if you forget which any commands are, and check out the walkthrough video, which will take you through how I set up all of this. And then I've also got another video for how to set up these defaults to get the most out of the game and make it really make sense. So be sure to watch the next video on setting up the game settings. And I hope that was very helpful. So that's how to install the files. Just copy them to your user client mapping folders, or client 0 mapping, whatever, controls mappings. And then you just got to load them up in here. So the last thing we haven't done, and that is to load the new keyboard. So if you're just a keyboard person, keyboard and mouse, you just go to just keyboard, select the keyboard, and choose load. Good to go. And that will now, if we're going to advanced customizations under the keyboard and mouse, you're going to see everything's basically the same, except I set up various triangles. Oops, one more down. The power triangles to 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you can keep up with all those joystick people to do the max assignments. But I left the F5, F7. If you want some more keys available to you, just get rid of the F5 and F7, or F5 through F8. I guess maybe it's not. Anyway, F5 through F7, you can now have those controls back. And the other thing I set for was I adjusted the turret. So under targeting, I did change these so that power triangle would work. So just know if you're pinning targets, you have to use control instead of 1. If you don't know what that is, then you're missing nothing. If you know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so to change a remote turret, it's Shift 1, Shift 2, Shift 3. So handy instead of having to try to find out where they are. All right, so that's really what the keyboard file thing does, as well as I put in your F3 for request takeoff and landing, requesting permission. So that's all done. Now you've got the keyboard config. I'm going to keep updating this, and then you don't have to go through and redo your Shift 1, 2, 3 and the power triangle. I've got it all there. So you can jump into the game nice and easy between patches. So we'll be keeping those up to date, and you'll see just to kind of make your life easier with the controls we have, and you'll see the versions that we've got them set for. So these are all being set for the 318 PTU because we're not seeing any major config changes. So we're just updating those, and then all of them will be there. The keyboard will be fully included in the Logitech one. It's technically supposed to be there already, but I just need to double check that everything is good for 318. All right, this is David Startouch. Thanks so much for checking in, and have a post comments, anything else you want to see there, and I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste.